Today, I'm talking about new beginnings and an old moon. We got a moon in Aries, where it's been since early Sunday morning. Aries is the sign of new beginnings. It's the sign of new life and birth and life force energy. And what does it mean when that sign of new life is in the final stages of the moon cycles, kind of an old moon, if you will? So what does it mean to have a sign of new beginnings in a cycle that is the old moon? I'm Marina Ormes here with your Astro Vibe for Monday, June 12th, and so happy to be here with you. Yesterday, I was sharing about Pluto going into Capricorn, retrograde Pluto, moving back into Capricorn after, being in Aquarius since late-ish March. So we've had, 2.5 or so months of Pluto in Aquarius, and now it's going back to Capricorn, where we have some more work to do, right? Capricorn is absolutely about rolling up our sleeves, getting to work, getting clear about the foundations, what is true, what is right, what is important, what we are responsible for. And so what is that going to look like? If you missed yesterday's video, definitely go check that out, because Pluto's going to be in Capricorn until January. So what to make of it, what it means, and how to make the most of it. Yesterday's video. Today, we are looking at the everyday moon cycle with the moon in Aries. And we began the current moon cycle with the new moon in Taurus on May 19th. We set the tone for thinking about manifestation and results. And many of you have been doing this journey with me of 29 days of gratitude. So we're now getting near the end of our cycle. I'm really curious what you've learned, what's been coming up for you as you've worked through adding a new gratitude, a new thing that you're grateful for every day, either in a journal or on a card or on a note paper or on your phone or somewhere where you can keep track of it and be able to go back and look back over your list and see all the things that you're grateful for, because that process of gratitude is really powerful one for helping us to create pathways that helps us receive. It helps us manifest. It helps us receive bounty, beautiful things, pleasure, and get results. So just really curious what the practice of the daily gratitude has been like for you. Maybe it's something you do daily anyway. I'm just curious how that's going for you. So and as we think about this manifestation process too, we're learning, right? We're learning about how we put effort into things and what we are creating through our thinking, our beliefs, our habits, our patterns, our behaviors. So kind of noticing, as you start to really align yourself with what you really want. And then what you find is as you put that in place, you notice the things coming up that get in the way because they're there for you to work on. So you might notice when you set an intention and claim the thing that you want to manifest, that immediately what comes up is why you can't have that, or what gets in the way, or whatever the limitation is, because it's asking you to work through it. It's asking you to look a little deeper and go, why is that limitation there? Is that something that you are creating somehow, right? Can you shift your thinking, your emotional state, your beliefs, your behaviors, your patterns in a way that can be healing and feel good to you, and also help you manifest those results? Because it's really the thing that's hard about letting go of old patterns is just that they're comfortable. They're what we know. They're what make us feel safe. And so it's really just about kind of building this new scaffold of safety to where we're heading, instead of relying on the one that is about where we've been. And I'm just smiling because that's what I was talking about yesterday with the Pluto and Capricorn energy. So, yeah, so new beginnings in an old moon. Aries is about movement. It's about life force, taking action, taking risks. Just do it. Be direct, be spontaneous. Don't hold back. Be bold, be courageous. What is it you need to do or take a risk on? So, and again, of course, that can be a difficult thing if we're just careless, right? Taking action without thought can end up in maybe not the best ways if we're not grounded. That's why we set intentions. We are clear about what we want, what is important to us and why. And when we do that, we can take action. We can be bold and courageous because we know who we are and we trust who we are and why we are moving and you know what we want. So when we know what we want, we can take action, and it may not turn out the way we thought it would, but it will help us move in the direction of having the things we want and getting results. So how is it unfolding for you? Are you learning something? Are you, stumbling into something that you wouldn't have allowed yourself to experience before? And is that maybe a little uncomfortable, but also teaching you some things that are really beneficial in the long run? So that's the energy of Aries. It's asking us to take action and to not overthink it, not worry about it, but trust yourself and your impulses. Sometimes our impulses are right on. Okay. So that is the energy of Aries. And as we are now past the third quarter moon, we are in that final week of the moon cycle, heading into the next new moon on June 17th. That will be in Gemini. So, so we're in, the moon is waning. It's smaller than half full and getting smaller every night. So we're integrating, we're processing, we are digesting, and that is what the waning moon does. It helps us integrate what we've been learning. It helps us think about, is there any adjustment you want to make to your beliefs, your thinking, your habits, the way you treat yourself, anything like that, that is going to help you based on what you've been noticing and learning and discovering about yourself. So, so Aries is going to help us integrate, right? That new moon, the new beginnings with the Aries moon is actually old in the sense of being late in the moon cycle. So it's a kind of action that is helping us mature. It is helping us integrate. It is helping us become more of what we're learning and how we're discovering we can be, as opposed to, putting energy out there as we grow actively, which is what we do when the moon is waxing. So we're doing more of that integration work, that work of maturity and wisdom and going into the places of mystery. And so our Aries action is coming more from that place of how do we become our wiser selves? What does it mean to take action in the world, to be in alignment with our truth and the mystery of how that happens and what we're becoming? So that's where we're at right now. Thank you so much for being here, and let me know your thoughts. Thank you for subscribing to this YouTube channel. I'm here every day with unshakable self-care tips based on the moon and the moon cycle and all the planets. And so, yesterday we did a deep dive into the outer planet Pluto, what it means in our lives and what's happening in our country. And I'll be back tomorrow with more about the moon and where all the planets are. So I will see you then. I'm Marina Ormes. You can learn more about me at astrologyheals.com. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you next time.